Please stand.
Please
for our national anthem.
Stand for the national
Performed
anthem.
by Southern California's own Fergie.
Here, I'll lean in a little bit, not to disrespect the flag, but so we can hear it a little bit without getting a copyright strike.
I really don't feel well right all of a sudden.
Yeah, we know the sound's low. I'm leaning in. All right, we can start sitting down.
Wait, Phil, are you kneeling?
Don't kneel, Phil.
Oh no! Oh God!
I don't know, guys. I feel like Fergie's kind of sexualizing America.
Yeah.
As I believe it was Charles Barkley afterwards when they cut back said, "I'm gonna need a cigarette after that," because wow,
It was just bad in ways that are hard to put your finger on, hard to really explain. But yeah. Well,
But we should try.
stop sexualizing my country.
It's just like when you're eating something and you're like, this doesn't taste right. Like, is the milk bad? What happened to this?
America's too young for you to be talking to it like that.
Yeah.
She did seem to accomplish whatever it was she set out to do.
Yeah, well,
Like-
that's what happens. Our audio is apparently a little bit low, is what the people are saying in the chat.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, ladies.
Yeah, they. Here's what Charles Barkley said afterwards.
Wow.
All right.
It was different. It was sexy.
Because here's the thing. America, Justin Timberlake tried to bring sexy back in America. Didn't work.
I think he brought it back too strong.
They brought it back too strong.
Fergie may have.
They showed a nip, and then patriotism went to an all-time low
And then
simultaneously.
And then we all put American flags.
Justin Timberlake put us
emoji in
into
our
two
Twitter.
unwinnable wars. Brought down America's patriotism.
And then
bad.
Fergie brought it back.
Fergie brought it back.
I was just upset that she didn't do any cartwheels.
America, you still look great, baby.
I think she gave.
America needs a Virginia Slim.
Yeah.
I think her rendition gave America a black eye.
America,
Ooh.
take a half day, go home and
Oh, God.
change your outfit.
Yeah. So that was at the All-Star game, which I didn't watch.
I didn't watch either.
Was too busy watching a big movie that came out this weekend called Black Panther. And did you see it, Elliot?
I did not. I would have liked to, but I was extremely busy all weekend. I didn't have any free time. But also, I was like, maybe I'll see it, in the morning or something. All the screenings, it just looked like a big pain in the ass going to the movies this weekend. I think I'm going to see it tonight, though.
Well, I accept that because you already do the same thing with video games and every other movie because you don't like crowds. You don't like... You want to wait. You want to wait a little bit, temper your expectations. Make sure you see it the way that it needs to be seen. If you play Borderlands 2 the day it comes out, there's going to be issues. There's going to be server crashes, and they haven't fine-tuned the game. But if you buy the Game of the Year edition,
that's right.
A year later, every's fixed.
I'm just going to wait for all the scenes to get patched.
Holy shit, hold on.
There's a lot of bugs.
Sauron, the Dark Lord of Mordor,
$200.
What? Executive producer status.
You own the show.
Sauron says,
that cheap.
I always enjoy watching you fools talk about nonsense. Keep up the good work. Do not disappoint me. What are your favorite superhero movies, MCU or otherwise? We will get to that question.
Logan.
But holy crap, thank you,
That's awesome.
Sauron. Thank you so much. Wow. $200 million. New CEO of ETC. Hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. I think we got the audio issues fixed. Hello to everyone in the Twitch chat. Boo Language, Gambit Jones, Joseph, Mew Medic, Sloppy Walrus. Tight assets, we see you guys. Great names.
There's another
There's a couple more super chats. Chaos 533 $2. Phil should talk about Agit Pie and Sinclair stuff. I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow on Tuesday.
If there's time to
I
fill
love
today.
that. That is rich.
Ryan Owens $5. Good to see you cucks being patriotic. Thank you very much.
I love my sexy country.
My sexy, beautiful country.
I like to whisper in my country's ear.
Yeah.
Let her know that she's still hot, even
Yeah.
after 250 years.
Yeah. She's old, but she still got it. America's the original cougar.
Yeah.
Zero man.
America still fits in that dress.
Zero man dismissal. $5. Have you or will you guys watch Joel Mchale show with Joel Mchale? We'll get to all of that. First off, we're going to talk about Black Panther. We're going to try to get to everything today. Phil, you also did not see it, but you're going to see it very soon.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I did it observed Valentine's Day on Saturday because I'm like, fuck you Wednesday. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that shit.
Nice.
And then went out like for a hike yesterday. I was like, oh, there's a 9:30 showing. And when I looked at tickets, all that was left was the front 2 rows, and I said, no, not gonna do that.
Nah.
Front 2 rows.
But you know who did go out and do their jobs this weekend? My phone that just went off. But also,
That might have been mine. I don't know.
it's
Yeah, that's me.
some Discord messages. Hey! Boop, boop, boop. It's like those people that fire the guns in PUBG to see if they're on the stream. Me and Cooper saw the movie.
We did not
Together?
together. No.
Oh shit, 100 pounds.
Whoa!
Oh!
100 pounds from a Yankee.
Chip, chip, cheerio, Daniel
Yankee.
Yankee.
Daniel Yankee, been watching you guys for 4 years now. Love your work, love the show. Glad to finally contribute to your beer fund. Holy shit, thank you,
right.
Daniel
Yeah,
Yankee.
that's some good
Wow.
beers.
International.
Thank you, Daniel.
I feel like we have a war here across both sides of the pond. This is amazing.
And then Chris, 8893 $5. What's the highest math you guys know? I need help with differential equations. I forgot everything about math.
I got all the way up to like algebra 2 and trig, and I was really good at it. All my teachers were like, "So you're doing pre-calc and then calculus?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't need. I've fulfilled all my requirements here. I'm never doing math again in my life." And I stuck to that promise, and I've forgotten everything.
Yeah.
Before we get into more of the super chat questions and answers, we appreciate the super chats. Well, let's get to
Let's
the
get to the
Black
damn Panther.
Let's get to the damn Panther.
Let the Panther out of the cage.
It broke all kinds of records this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
It did very, very, very well. Daniel Yankee, I'm an American studying in England. Oh, thank you, Van, for clarifying that and for the extra $5.
That
to do
must
so.
be
and
fun.
there you go.
Mike, what's up with your country?
So,
Yes.
initial reaction right when you left the theater. What did you think?
I really liked it. I think it's a really good superhero movie.
Yep.
It's not as funny, haha, like humorous as the last couple Marvel movies, but it's a really good superhero movie. And my only complaints are of the nitpicky, like, you know, CGI variety. Like I hate that so much of the end sequence is kind of like in the daytime and like the big last battle, and you kind of see through the seams of like some CGI. There's a couple parts where Black Panther and Kilgore are like, or
Kilgore?
Killmonger. Sorry, different movie
Kilroy?
set in the jungle. But there's a lot of just total CGI Black Panther shots that I don't think look that good in the daytime. But as a movie, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. The soundtrack and the score was amazing, and I kept that was the thing that kept standing out to me, and I looked it up this morning.
The djembe?
The djembe drum,
Yeah.
which
It's a great
is used. They do a synthesized version of it in the Weeknd Kendrick Lamar song,
Okay.
and that's why it kept like triggering me when they were doing the score because it keeps popping up like that tone, and it's like it feels like the song's gonna keep coming back into it, and I really loved the score was very like driving and great.
It was. The soundtrack was great. Like one of my favorite scenes overall. I don't know about you. They go. I won't say what happens, but there's a great action sequence that happens in South Korea, and it starts off like in a casino, like kind of an underground casino sort of deal. And
The tension is
it is
great
awesome.
in
That's
that
like
scene,
one of the funnest like action scenes I've seen in a Marvel movie since like Winter Soldier a few years ago.
and I was actually talking about that this morning as well, where when I left the movie, my girlfriend asked, how does it stand as far as Marvel movies overall? And I had to take a second to really think about what I like about certain Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And like, I always hated the Thor movies until Ragnarok because it did something different and it was fun.
Yeah.
I really like Ant-Man as a movie, and there's always like the movies that stand out from what Marvel usually does, and those stand out for a reason. And the one that I think that stands out for me overall is Winter Soldier because it feels like an action movie, not like a superhero movie. And that's a movie which was lifted by its fight scenes instead of feeling overdone. Where with a lot of Marvel movies, now you get to the end battle or like the mid-movie battle, and it's like, okay, let me sit back and just try to catch everything with my eyes that's unfurling in front of me.
Yeah, they almost just kind of pile on and they think more is more. Whereas like Winter Soldier, they made a concerted effort to every action scene kind of was doing something specific, and
Yeah.
was going after a certain style.
And that's what I loved about the casino scene that you're talking about, is it felt like that amazing fight scene.
Yeah, it felt like Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
James Bond, undercover type of stuff. and it was
Also,
fun.
the other thing that I really, really liked about this movie, and it's not without some faults, and I'll say that there was like some things where it was just like, hey, okay, that's typical Marvel stuff that they're doing here, like plot points and stuff like that. But the villain, Killmonger, is like one of the best villains because you get emotionally attached to his story. He has a reason to do things, not just because it exists in the comics and they need to figure out a new boss for the Avengers to fight or this to happen or whatever. And I thought that he was badass.
He was great, and Michael B. Jordan, and this goes for pretty much all the new cast in this movie, and even Chadwick Boseman, who's returning. But like Michael B. Jordan is just so charismatic in this role, and pretty much in any movie. And we actually on our channel, Action Figure Comics, put up a poll at some point over the weekend, trying to get people to pick between Chadwick Boseman and Killmonger, because he's such a strong villain, which Marvel gets kind of criticized for. I think they've kind of rebounded from that, but it's still kind of hit or miss. For every like Kate Blanchett or like Killmonger, you also have the dude from House of Cards that was the Ant-Man guy, whatever.
Well, and that was the thing with Kate Blanchett and Thor. I was like, I wish there was more of her.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of like with this one, you get enough of it. It's enough to drive the story and keep things going. And that's what I really, really liked about the villain, is because it had a full like human element to it. You felt attached to it in a way where you can understand why the villain is doing things.
Well, they both, and we won't give away the ending or whatever. Obviously, it's still too soon. But like, there's a sense of completion at the end for both. No matter what outcome you want or who you may be cheering for, hero or villain, it's a pretty cool movie because both hero and villain have a full arc. By the end of the movie, and
it really plays well. And that's the thing, is like it's hard to. People in the chat obviously will always say spoilers, 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 but there's not really too much you can spoil about this movie in the sense that you kind of got to go see it to get the full grasp of what you're seeing. When it comes down to it, it is a Marvel superhero movie, so you pretty much, if you've seen every other Marvel superhero movie, you know how the plot is going to play out in a general sense.
It doesn't
so there's
break
not
the
too
mold,
many, there's not too many things where you can go, oh no, huge spoiler. Like, it's not like Wolverine walks on screen at any point and is like, hey, remember me? I'm also a character, but this
I'm back. Hugh Jackman signed a new contract.
And I'm with Disney now, baby.
It is kind of cool. For just looking at it as an MCU movie, one of the things that I did notice is they made a concerted effort, with the exception of whatever it is, Everett Ross, the guy from the British Office. I can't remember that actor's name.
Frodo?
Yes, Bilbo.
Yeah.
And his name's Everett Ross in this. He is here. So he's kind of a crossover character from the MCU. But the MCU recently has been kind of like throwing other people in from other movies and stuff like this. And this movie really doesn't do it. It lets this new universe kind of stand on its own two legs. There's no... you got to watch all the credits and stuff too, but there's really no like cameos or stuff like that. Yeah. Martin Freeman, thank you.
Lester Nygaard.
From Fargo.
Lester, are you sure you want this?
But that's what I felt with Spider-Man. I liked Spider-Man a lot, but Iron Man was kind of like, it held your hand a little bit, where I felt like this was the one where, again, for everything this movie stands for Black culture and all that, you don't put Tony Stark in this one. You don't they literally have him fly in and save the day, or like do a thing. And again, haven't seen it, don't know
with
all the
Spider-Man:
ways,
Homecoming, they almost had to do that because of the crossover.
Just to assure people, no, this really is a Marvel movie. It's not Sony water.
So, but this one, it stands on its own as a great film, and I really recommend everyone seeing it. It was crazy seeing it this weekend, because I even went later in the day on Sunday, where it's like, okay, I'm not going to go see it opening night, Thursday or Friday. I'm going to wait to see it on Sunday, and I went to ArcLight, which is showing it on every screen.
Every screen.
Wait, I saw a pic. So that they're literally not showing any other movies right now.
As of Sunday, they were showing like 2 others.
Because someone like Ava DuVernay tweeted like a picture of that. I was like, wait, what? Every fucking theater at ArcLight is showing.
Yeah, and it was packed. Like it was.
Every 15 minutes, I think, because I went to ArcLight Hollywood and saw it Saturday night, and every 15 minutes there was a showing, and maybe even more if you factor in 3D. It's crazy. But I will say, another highlight, I should say, if you haven't seen it yet, one of the things to watch out for. I don't know about you, I love the fight sequences on the waterfall.
Oh yeah.
There's kind of like this ritualistic like challenge day that happens like in the Wakandan culture, and
Yeah.
and there's a couple really like key scenes where you get to see just these long drawn out hand-to-hand combat scenes, and that's like a big takeaway from me. You haven't seen that in any other Marvel movie.
Well, there was
something
yeah,
like
there
that.
was in something that's a bit different, and kind of another thing that I liked about Winter Soldier was this felt like it held nothing back. There was a lot of close-up visceral violence in this movie, which is hard to do
true.
just in a PG-13 movie alone, but also having it be a Marvel superhero movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff where you're like, that would fit right in with a rated R movie. Like, there's some pretty brutal stuff happening in this film.
Yep.
And yeah, like a lot of the sequences that are, without spoiling these sequences, there's a lot of cool sequences related to the traditions that they have and stuff that were beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like moral ambiguity throughout the movie. That's one of the main things that's in it that really like connects with the audience, connected with me.
Well, I think they do a good job of sort of making Black Panther or Chadwick Boseman T'Challa as a king sort of like earn his stride. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion that this guy should be
or that he's
the
overly
king.
powerful or anything like that. Like, it humanizes a superhero, which is
exactly. That's a good way to
That
say
number
it.
is not accurate.
this. Yeah, I'm looking up the box office for this.
Box office mojo, baby. That's where you get the numbers.
$235 million holiday weekend.
Fuck.
It's a
That's
lot.
goddamn.
Was it fifth biggest of all time or something like that?
I
mean,
think so, yeah.
That's the biggest superhero, because I feel like Avengers, the first Avengers was like was right around 2, give or take.
Yeah.
Oh, Propane69. So he brings up a good point that Ryan Coogler, the director, also did Creed. So that probably lended itself well to those kind of like up close sort of fight sequences. I didn't even really think about
Yeah,
that. But
and Stallone decided to ride the wave this weekend and tweeted out some like
fake
pictures.
his own death. Did you guys see that one? That's
what?
happening. There's another like Stallone is dead thing that started.
he's
Maybe
nuts.
it's.
Oh, jeez.
No, he tweeted out like a picture from Creed 2.
Oh, there you go.
But Ryan Coogler's
always
like
about him.
30 years old,
there
Yeah.
was a
which
picture
just
this
makes me
morning.
feel like a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
There was a picture this morning that was going around. It was a newspaper web article from when he was 21, and he was at the movies, and he's like, it was basically
I'm
like,
gonna be a director.
exactly. I
that's
can't
cool.
wait for one day where my movie will be played in this.
All right,
theater.
kid.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And what's really cool is like, again, if you've seen his movie Fruitvale Station from a few years back, which he also did with Michael B. Jordan, this movie's sort of like a nice, I don't know, full circle to that a little bit, because the opening, there's some stuff that's set actually in Oakland, which is where like the Fruitvale Station is set, and it's kind of like rings kind of true if you've seen that original movie. It's kind of nice.
Black
Catch
Panther.
up on some super chats.
Yeah,
here.
I'll get to those just after this.
Rated
Black Panther,
Super
let's get to the stats. Black Panther has demolished the record for largest President's Day weekend ever, blowing past Deadpool's 2016 mark of 152 million. Wow. Overall, North American movie-going, the 4-day period should hit an eye-popping 340 million. It's
February, baby.
and it's pretty much has a clear path for the rest of the next few weeks at least, as far as movies that are coming out.
I love, it's fucking undeniable success.
Yeah.
Especially after like all of the thinly veiled preemptive criticism of the movie over the last like fucking year.
Yeah.
It's nice to see this movie just be absolutely validated critically and commercially.
Yeah, the only
Even
like,
without having seen it.
the
Just like,
negative
yeah.
reviews I've seen are it's just like every other Marvel movie, or it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But people when I see the comment of it's not that good, it's like, well, you still really liked it. It just didn't live up to your like crazy hype that you yourself built up in your head.
Yeah.
Painted. This
It
one,
is, yeah.
in an odd way, again, haven't seen it, it feels like the way, from what I can see from all the good press it's getting, from all the people involved, and kind of, Marvel, Disney, whatever that production entity, just got out of their way and said, do your thing. Which I think is kind of rare, because so much of what you see with these big properties, they're like what they're doing with Solo, like they're very controlling.
Sure.
Well, it's so funny because when you have a very obvious film that has the studio heads where they back off and let the creators do exactly what they want, what you've seen in the past couple of years is that those movies turn out to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's like Deadpool, like hands off, do whatever you guys think is best, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's just another like proof is in the pudding that if you let the people that are running the show creatively do what they want, you will get something great.
Yeah, I mean, I understand wanting to like set the stage for a franchise and like have that like really tightly controlled, but at a certain point, it's like they have very, very, very concisely and deeply established what an MCU movie is.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to like really watch it too closely if you're Kevin Feige.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's a very
just let it grow.
It's the perfect
know what
time
to
for
do.
this to come out too and kind of stand on its own, because anyone who's like, oh, it's not tying in enough with the MCU. It's like, well, dude, Avengers is coming out in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Like it was the perfect time for it to come out, because like right around the corner you have the thing that's going to bring everything together.
Too many characters. It's going to be too many
And
cooks in Marvel.
And it looks like, and we cover this stuff on our channel, I know, but like, I don't get too in deep with like the speculation for Marvel movies because I know I'm going to see them, and it's not as fun for me anymore. But like, it's pretty clear that Wakanda ties in very deeply to
they got all that
Avengers.
Vibranium.
Yeah, exactly. And Cap's his whole side seems to kind of be taking up there, and there's obviously a couple post-credit scenes.
Not to downplay Killmonger. What'd you call him? Killjoy earlier?
Kilgore, like Apocalypse Now.
But man, Claw was awesome.
Oh, he was. He was
Dude,
great.
just the most evil-looking, like, humanist villain. I mean,
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis is like, because when you picture Andy Serkis, you picture Gollum.
Yes,
And
but
he's a thick boy in this.
But he's possibly
huge.
more grotesque in real life. My girlfriend had never seen, like, she doesn't go to watch these sort of movies, but she went with me, and she was like
got a face for motion capture.
distressed whenever, because he's like chewing scenery, but like just the appropriate amount that you want a bad guy with an accent
He always
in a
has
Marvel
this like
movie
layer
too.
of grease and grit on him.
Yeah, it looks like-
looking at the camera, just like, you smell bad. I can smell you from here, and that's a great villain thing to have.
Did you just take apart like an airplane engine? Why is he's just so nasty?
Yeah, there's a
And-
great scene too where they're like, it's in the South Korea scene where they're
Yeah.
escaping, and he's just like, what are we doing? Put some music on. And he's like, because he wants to like fight to a soundtrack. Basically.
For like 10 minutes, there's this weird subplot of him being really into soundtracks and just music in general. Like they have like a rap group or whatever he was saying.
But in like the grand scheme of things, he's being completely used.
Yeah.
So he's not the badass that he thinks he is, because he's being fucking used the entire time. It's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's get to some super chats.
Yeah,
Elliot,
we're
you want to
like
read
about
some of these?
30 soups behind.
So thank you very much for all the super chats.
Yeah.
We definitely wanted to get our comments out about there, because like, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go. And now it's like, it's the week. You can go to a matinee.
Yeah, that's
Go
what I'm
during
gonna
the
do.
day.
Yeah.
Weekday. Don't see movies on the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, John Mulholland, 20 loonies, Canadian dollars. I don't have 200, but you get me through my father death and a end of a relationship.
Jesus
so
Christ.
thanks.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, that's a real 1-2 punch of shitty life events.
Well,
but,
I'm
I'm glad I could help in some small way.
Yeah, glad we could be there for you. That's it's heavy, but like with a lot of things, time will help. I haven't had an experience with a close family death in a long time. I've had a lot of relationships end over the years, but yeah, I'm glad that you are able to find some kind of happiness in watching the show. So thank you for that.
Shit. Where'd all the chats go?
Scroll up.
God. Oh God.
It's raining chat.
There we go.
Okay.
DJ. Always coming
DJ229 with the $45 super chat.
Didn't even say
no
anything.
message.
Silent.
No message.
Silent super chat.
He just slipped us the bills and walked away.
Thank you.
Thank you,
As
DJ.
always.
Yet again. Milo May, $2. Hey, give me back my $2. I'm unemployed and poor.
Wait, you can't just ask for it right when you give it. You're like one of those kids who plays a
it back.
Steam game for 1 hour and 59 minutes and then
Returns
submits
it.
for a refund.
If I keep this up, I can play every game for free.
Yeah.
Rob K, $100. What?
Rob Kardashian.
Rob Kardashian.
You got nothing else going on.
Nah. Trying to donate to your show/bar and very frequently can't catch the live streams.
Aw.
Make it easier for us to find you. Message you through YouTube to no response. Please don't make me learn Twitter.
You gotta learn Twitter.
How do you message someone through YouTube?
I don't know. I've never checked our messages.
Like YouTube does not have an inbox Like literally, they categorize every event equally.
As a comment?
Like so you go to your notifications and it's just every comment on every video. I'm like, well, if someone had something important to say,
you guys are sitting at 99 plus. There's a bell with 99 plus.
Yeah, YouTube's like, hey, if you answer your messages, you can have your subscribers back. We still haven't done it.
They're holding that.
Yeah, anytime you don't respond to a message, it unsubscribes that person.
Yeah.
That's
They're like,
why you get
you're in an
notified.
abusive relationship. We're gonna go ahead and unsubscribe you.
here's Juanes Lucero 12, 15 Canadian dollars. Hey guys, congrats for the show. Can I get a shore in my birthday? Also, you guys should go to Colombia if you get the chance.
Is that Colombian dollars the whole time?
No.
They just got to reroute the funds through
I
Canada.
don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
Juanes,
Sure. Sure. Colombia. That's where.
just a
Pablo
really quick
Escobar
another shout out to Sauron. It
Coming
just
back
makes so
around.
much sense that Sauron is funding our show. The $200 donation.
Just sliding that in.
The ghost of Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, pay attention. $10 donation. Try to wrap this up by 2. I have work.
I mean, that is a producer's fee. We have to end by 2 now because they said it.
Yeah. Braden Boulange. 5 Canadian dollars. A lot of Canadians.
Hey,
Really
Canadians.
coming out today.
Our friends from the north. America's hat.
They said it's President's
good-looking
Day.
hat.
Yeah.
We have a pretty good one.
They
With
ha-
good
they are
PM.
the very nice conservative hat on top of America's sexy curvy body
Yeah.
that
Fergie.
Fergie loves so much.
And again, thank you to all you Canadians for having wonderful laws that let me drink there when I was 19
Yeah.
and go to
Hey.
terrible clubs at Clifton Hill.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Braden said, Valiant play Dynasty Wednesday. Gonna be a great game to open stage 2. Go Valiant.
Go Valiant, first game of the stage 2. There you
Matthew
go.
Miller with the $10 super chat. My God. Saw Black Panther this weekend and loved it. Also, I'm in the Bay Area, and when Oakland appeared on screen, people went nuts. From what I'm reading, that happened all over the Bay Area.
It
I
happened.
believe
It happened down here too. There was a lot of scenes where people were just cheering.
I was so jealous I didn't get one of those screenings. I don't know. All I saw were Hollywood douchebags in my screening. I'll say that.
It was just okay. They screamed that at the screen instead.
I saw Chadwick at a Starbucks once. All right, get away from
Where's
me.
Iron Man?
Where was the Iron Man? Why
would've been-
Why is it there a White Panther?
It would have only been better if Spider-Man showed up.
Abdil Guzman.
Black Panther is a Mary Sue.
Abdul Guzman, $10. I actually think that the purple heart-shaped plant is growing from the Soul Stone, and that's why Wakanda is the final battleground. It's the last one needed for the gauntlet. Also love the show.
Could be true.
Big
Yep,
if true.
That
Big
might
if
very
true.
well be the case.
JC Garcia, $5. The supporting characters thought Shuri made me miss living with my little sister. I don't know what any of that means.
Oh yeah, his sister and.
Oh yeah, the tech genius, his sister, the tech genius.
She was fun. I mean,
his
I like
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
way Elliot reading these super chats about the movie could be better is if we had like a foreign exchange student who hasn't seen the movie
And didn't even know it
who
existed.
whose English was like his or her second language,
Yeah.
and they were like, just struggling through the sentences.
Someone that came out of a time machine.
Because I'd be reading these too, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Shit.
Did we get through all of those?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, good for us.
Just had to unclog the old donation toilet. Now we're good to go.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that was a big part of the weekend for me. Also, we got to get to, we didn't do our first pre-roll ads. We'll do that now.
Oh, shit.
Let's get the sponsored message up, Dylan. I was just too excited to get into the Black Panther talk, but here we go. What can your data tell you? This is a super chat from Google. What can your data tell you? With Google Cloud Platform using machine learning at scale to build better products, it predicts so your business can thrive. There's a link below in the description that you can click to learn more about the Google Cloud Platform, or you can just visit g.co/getcloudai. Links in the description. Check that out. We do have some sponsors in the middle that we'll get to. But what else happened this weekend?
Well, it was revealed, and I would have put this in News Dump if there was a News Dump, but I just didn't get around to a News Dump. And only one person complained, so I think we have to cancel this show now.
Oh, okay.
Not enough people were sad that it wasn't there. But
the subs are up.
I just love stories about businesses making terrible decisions in hindsight, and my favorite one is that Sony had the opportunity to buy the film rights to like the entire MCU for $30 million back in like 1999. They're like, nah, these kids, they can only handle, like, Spider-Man's enough. Who wants to see, like, every superhero? Well, that's crazy. No, we'll just take Spider-Man.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, for less than the cost of like a lower tier
Yeah.
movie, even then,
Yeah.
they
It
could
was
have
deemed
had
not worth their time.
all of this.
Well, that's
absurd.
also I mean, hindsight 2020. It was a blessing in disguise that they didn't do that because obviously,
They would have fucked it all up.
yeah, it would have been terrible.
We've gotten more Ghost Riders and things
Yeah.
It would
like
have been like
this.
fucking Zac Efron.
Ghost
Spider-Man.
Rider.
We need more Ghost
Nick
Rider.
Cage.
Ghost Rider.
Nick Cage is on the internet like, hey, well, I want to see another Ghost Rider movie, guys.
Super chat from Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you guys.
Hey, the Cage Man 420 says,
Yeah.
"Where's Ghost Rider 3?" And by
I
the
can't
way,
wait for the deep fake where they put Nicolas Cage into Black Panther. It's going to be fantastic.
oh boy,
So there was another, in our ongoing Olympics coverage, there was another, just, NBC, I want to say bless their hearts, but no. They have managed to screw up everything with the Olympics over the years. It's a meme at this point that their coverage is a meme in and of itself. Whether they're rubbing down a greased up foreigner or
putting a
they're
Bob
telling,
Costas with pink eye on
yeah,
the
or
air
telling
years ago.
South Korea that they were better off because Japan invaded and ruled their country,
Oh,
or
God.
stretched the American intro to 7 minutes from 45 seconds. They've had a lot,
Yeah.
even this year. So this is the latest headline. NBC Olympic blunder. Wrong Super G gold medalist declared before actual winner had even skied.
What is Super G?
So it was like a downhill skiing thing, I believe. Let's see. I'll read their.
These
These
events
are
have
their
such
words.
weird names, like Skeleton.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Lisa Nicoletti, $2. I love News Dumb. I just try not to be pushy. Well, thank you for that.
It's not canceled. It's not actually.
Also, huge shout out to Poddington, who's over in the Twitch chat, who did an amazing rendition of me and
Oh,
Elliot
yeah.
as Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So let's see. This is words from the San Francisco Gate. NBC made a giant-sized oopsie while covering the women's Super G skiing competition at the Winter Olympics on Saturday by prematurely announcing the gold medal winner, who turned out not to be the winner at all. Australian World Cup alpine skier Anna Viet's time down the course put her in the top spot in line for the gold. And NBC commentator Bodie Miller and Dan Hicks Bodie Miller and Dan Hicks apparently thought that she had it locked up. They were wrong. 4 straight Olympic golds in women's Super G for the skiing powerhouse of Austria. I just about can't believe it, Hicks said of Vieth. And the network cut away to men's figure skating instead.
No.
While the competition was still happening, they cut away to men's figure skating. When they eventually switched back to the slopes, it was Czech Republic's Esther Ledecka who won the race by 0.01 of a second.
Wow.
So they announced
it
the
was
winner,
close.
said, all right, enough of this downhill women's skiing.
You get it.
Let's get to the real sport, men's figure skating,
yeah.
because who's going to beat the... Even though there are competitors on the hill still to this moment, let's go ahead and cut away.
I'm sure that it was the producers, higher ups making the call, and then that just gets done through the announcers. But in my head, I'd like to think that Bodie Miller or whoever is just like, nah, I've skied. I understand what's going on
I
here.
think I know what's going on.
Let's
He's like,
switch
wrap
over to
it up,
figure
I'll
skating.
cut.
Yeah.
Yet again, this is all on like a 12-hour tape delay.
Yeah.
They had time.
Could have easily fixed it.
That's the benefit
That's just
of
sad.
delaying things by that long. Not only do you get to use the prime time slot, but you can go back and change things if you want.
Yeah.
You can fix the
Absolutely
mistakes.
crazy.
You have time.
Yeah, like when they let that F-bomb slip. Like,
There was a nip slip over the weekend.
Oh?
It was
Did they blur that?
No, it was hilarious. It was a duos figure skating, and it was like just the final move of like the woman just like the man like holding her. It's just a nip sticking out. It's
how
hilarious,
bad must
and you
that-
can't move. They just have to like hold the pose.
Yeah.
What a nightmare if you think you work for, I mean, she probably figure skated for
This is like
most of her
Bulge
life.
Gate all over again.
But 4 years of her life dedicated to this one thing, and you're 99% done.
4 years, 14 years,
Well, I'm
or
saying
it's
4, like
20
since,
years.
since she could compete
Yeah.
on this stage,
Yeah.
and then you go and you're there and you can't like.
Yeah, you gotta
Like-
hold the pose. It's literally like the
Just
finishing
nice.
pose.
Should be extra points for not reacting.
And the judges
There you
all
go.
gave it a 10 out of 10 and went,
One judge gave it a "she looks great." It was weird. It's not even a score you can give.
It's cold out there on that ice.
He's fucking, NBC runs the judges too. Matt Lauer, she looks great.
We're going to give our own medals.
Yeah. So since we kind of got the cart ahead of the horse earlier, we do have to get to the middle ad reads. Thank you very much for our sponsors on this week's live show. Again, the first one up is Google.
Google.
Elliot, why don't you read the Google one?
What can your data tell you with a Google Cloud platform? Use machine learning at scale to build better products. Google Cloud's AI provides modern machine learning services with pre-trained models and a service to generate your own tailored models. The platform is now available as a cloud service to bring unmatched scale and speed to your business applications. It predicts so your business can thrive. Click.
There's a link in the description.
Click the link in the description or go to g.co/getcloudai.
And one of our favorite sponsors of recent weeks, Milo Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi dead zones are the worst. Movies keep buffering, music streaming cuts out, smart devices just won't work. Why spend all the money that you got on devices if they don't work? Because your Wi-Fi can't go the distance.
What the hell?
In swoops Milo, the new distributed Wi-Fi system intent on making sure your Wi-Fi goes farther. Gaming in the basement? Covered. Listening to a podcast in the yard? While you're working on your Trans Am?
I'm covered.
Covered. Streaming a movie in bed? Covered. Learn more at milowifi.com/ETC and you'll save 10% by using code ETC. Setup is so easy. You download the Milo app to your mobile device and in just a few minutes, you'll have Wi-Fi everywhere. Green indicator lights let you know that things are working properly and you're on your way to Wi-Fi nirvana. Don't compromise. Make sure the Wi-Fi you pay for reaches everywhere you need it. Visit milowifi.com/ETC and our discount code again is ETC. You'll get 10% off of your system today. Moving on, last night, Imager was hacked.
What?
Imager was hacked, and
What'd they do?
well, it looked like a Russian phishing scheme because if you'd go to the front page of Imager, it was all like Russian text with like nefarious links, and apparently like photos that were being uploaded were then changed to different photos. It was a huge mess on Imager apparently last night, and you know maybe it's in response to some crazy political news over the weekend that we won't stay on it too long. But man, what an insane weekend for
Real roller coaster of
All over.
this. Everything stresses me out. Yeah, I should
Yeah.
unplug and move out to the woods or something. It's all just too stressful.
It's terrible. I'm too lazy to make a list. I still want a pre-coffee internet to where it's just a soft touch, like here's
Soft
something
touch internet.
interesting, here's a little bit of tech news, here's some dog gifs. Before you get it, you open up Twitter, and I don't have my glasses on, I got my phone right here, and it's just dumping sewage in my brain.
My favorite one is like they revealed that like a week and a half ago there was literally a battle between American and Russian troops in Syria.
I didn't
It
even
was
know
all
that.
a big misunderstanding. So they weren't Russian troops, they were mercenaries. They were basically like the Russian version of Blackwater, which is great for plausible deniability. They're like, no Russian soldiers were anywhere, just a bunch of contractors we hired. So they attacked a Kurdish base in Syria, not knowing, or maybe knowing, that it was being currently occupied by several hundred American troops. And a battle ensued in which no one in the Kurdish American base died, and over 100 Russians were killed.
Jesus.
Like,
Whoops.
that's happening now too.
Well, they did have the indictments went out for the 13 Russians involved with the troll farm. That happened, and then
Fake news!
Obviously, there was a lot of tweets this weekend from some guy.
Was it Sauron?
And then it actually
What did
came
he have to
out
say?
yesterday. Like, whenever these big tweet storms happen, it's like, all right, well, what news is about to come out? And the news, Matt Knowlton, $20. Holy shit.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Matt Knowlton. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Here's a couple beers on me.
you, sir.
Thank you. We're going to need him after this. So the story that came out yesterday in the wake of the nonsense tweets, former Trump aide Richard Gates to plead guilty and agrees to testify against Manafort.
Yeah, this Paul Manafort really getting the short end of the stick. But I guess that's what happens when you're shady as fuck.
Yeah.
Just like one of the shadiest people on earth.
I try to stay up and pardon my ignorance, but the most ignorant statement ever. Which one's this?
This
Like,
is one of
which
his. This is one of his aides that worked directly with Manafort and the president.
I worked with Paul Manafort for like 10 years, so
he's got the dirt.
like Paul Manafort's, like I said, the shadiest person on earth. Like the guy is before he was working with the Trump campaign, he was like helping prop up a pro-Russian dictator in like the Ukraine, and that didn't work out. And there was apparently a lot of money laundering involved.
A lot of.
They keep finding his name written on like mafia ledgers over there.
Or the text messages that
Yeah,
his children
his
sent
own
about
daughters.
blood money.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's the guy.
That's
Just a
there
very
you go.
shady person.
I know I just
Yeah.
didn't know about this aid. There's so much to keep track of. It really, like, I feel like it's like Game of Thrones. I'm like, another character.
Yeah.
You're giving me another one.
I didn't have SNL this weekend to kind of, I have to have the appropriate SNL cast member who's playing this
the
person.
approximation.
Then they go into my Rolodex. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Explain to me like it's an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Oliver's back.
Yeah, it was a great first episode too.
It was great. I still have a tough time watching it Sunday nights when you got to work Monday. I like to kind of cleanse and go down soft.
Not be
and it's
angry.
just like, hey, guess what? And kind
It's
of
a
watch
good
that.
Monday morning show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good.
Get ready for anger all week.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it last. I was surprised. I was like, wow, he's been gone for like 3 months. It's a hell of a break.
Yeah, a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
And he did a pretty good job of catching up on a lot of things. Also, since someone talked about it in the beginning, brand new Netflix show just came out Sunday, right? It airs on
just
Sundays now every
yesterday,
week.
yeah.
It's the Joel McHale show with Joel McHale. And if you've ever seen The Soup, which was one of my favorite shows, it was on when I was a kid, and then through adulthood, and finally Joel McHale became the host.
Yeah.
It used to be Talk Soup.
Used to be, it had 2 hosts. And at one point,
think it was
Greg,
like 3.
Greg
There was
Kinnear was on
there was someone. I think Kinnear was the second. Then Aisha Tyler,
Yeah.
Al Sparks. There
Al
was like,
Sparks.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people that came.
But it
in.
really found its niche with Joel McHale, who did a
Yes.
great job. And now it's basically that show's back, and they have Netflix money instead of like E just doing their own reality shows and some things from everywhere else.
The E show was filmed in like a closet.
I went to a live
It
taping.
was like
It was
the
great.
smallest fucking set.
Yeah, and this one is kind of the same. I mean,
It's
if you went
gotta
to
be,
the
yeah.
set, it's a bunch of chairs and a green screen.
There were more people there, like in the crowd shots, than I even thought there would be. Actually.
Yeah.
And it's not many.
Yeah.
How big? So, how many HQs could you film in there? It's like 20.
Scott Rajowski or whatever that HQ
Hey
is.
guys, we're having some technical difficulties over
I'm just
here.
gonna improv for 2 hours straight.
You guys, you remember that game, The Oregon Trail?
Kent McCarthy, 20 Canadian dollars. Love the content, guys. Here's some Monopoly money. Thank you very much. We'll spend it the same way as real dollars.
Beautiful, big, beautiful, clean Canadian money.
Yeah. Big, beautiful Canadian dollars. But yeah, the show is great. It's going to be weekly. They were pulling stuff from like ABC. They did a whole foreign section of
Yes.
like weird foreign soap
South-
operas and stuff. The Korean.
The
getting
South
hit by-
Korean montage is my new favorite thing.
Yeah. Getting hit
Oh,
by
man.
cars. Yeah. It was. It felt right at home where it needed to be. So.
I will say it's a bummer in a post Whitney Houston death world.
Why is that?
Which is just a bummer in general.
Yeah.
But the fact that my favorite sort of meme thing that
Oh,
originated
all
on the
the,
show
like,
was
Bobby and
was the
Whitney.
Bobby and Whitney, and specifically
Crack
the
is
one
whack.
where she looked directly in the camera and yelled "Kiss my ass." That was, I think, that kind of originated, like, became.
Well, there was
meme-worthy
also
on
that's
Soup,
the
and I
one
miss
where,
that.
where we always quote that was on that show repeatedly with it was what's her name she was on Arrested Development Liza Minnelli.
Oh
where she-
God.
Married? No.
No, that was Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, Elizabeth Taylor. Sorry, Elizabeth Taylor. That one was always on the Soup.
There was a
where
lot
they-
of Liza Minnelli shit on there, though,
Yeah.
as well.
They would always cut back to the no. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I expected almost for there to be a bigger budget, but it is bare bones.
Yeah.
It is,
I wonder if they
Lean into it.
Yeah, well, and Paul Feig or Feig, I never know how to say his name, but he's apparently the executive producer,
Yeah.
right? Because they mentioned that, and he was in the promos that I saw too. And I wonder if he's pretty savvy or whatever, and has a pretty good feel for that. I wonder if he kind of is like, no, like, this show, do not give us like touring band stuff. We are a shitty garage band, and that's the only way our music will ever sound good. Like,
yeah. It's kind of like if they tried too hard. Like even I loved the sketch stuff in it, but even that it just doesn't feel right in what the show is.
Right.
It feels like a classier Tosh.0, which is nice.
Yes. Oh.
Which, by the way, that just got renewed, and I didn't even know they were
Still
still
on?
making new
No.
Holy
episodes.
crap.
Of it.
I didn't need to know that.
It's kind of it's sort of like, hey, that tube that takes the internet and puts it on your TV.
Yeah.
It's expensive, and we put
The
it there.
Jukin Media
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tosh.0 is like the internet for people that don't have the internet.
Yeah. Well, it fills a much needed market. So
The Joel Mchale show, though, I didn't realize how much I had been missing the soup, and how much I really do prefer Joel Mchale in that host position. And he didn't seem to really miss a beat. And yeah, if you liked the soup, like you were saying,
he's great in everything else. Like he was great in the National Lampoon movie, and obviously in Community and stuff like that. But God, he's just so good at mocking terrible, terrible
good.
TV.
He strikes that.
So
right
that's on
chord
Netflix now, and it airs a new episode every Sunday. I don't know when they
go up.
actually hit, but
Is this the first like serialized Netflix show that's not like a dump all at once?
no, they did Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea
That's
had one,
right. And then even Letterman too. They didn't shoot all those. He did the Obama. They started with that.
Yeah, that's like
and then,
once a month. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, they just aired the George Clooney one. I haven't watched that one yet.
I
The
haven't seen
Obama
that
one
one
is pretty
either.
good.
I
And
liked
then
it. I liked
Hulu has the Sarah Silverman I Love You
Yeah.
America
Oh, yeah,
show. I think
that's
that
good.
one's weekly.
I haven't
Pretty
seen
good.
that one, but that's the one where she like goes to small towns and like talks to
Yeah, the whole point of the show is she like wants to like
figure
talk
out.
to
Yeah.
other people with like differing opinions. So, well, it's
I hear it's
pretty
good.
entertaining. I've only watched a few episodes. But
I will say I can't call it a spoiler, but they have a really great like running bit where in the first episode she's kind of like, look, I don't know what this show is going to be, so bear with me, but it might be funny. Sometimes it might not always be funny, but because we kind of break the mold, let's give you a white guy behind a desk who does all the tropes with the pencils and the cards and stuff.
Yeah.
She's like, so whenever we go too far off the path, we'll come back to Mather, and he'll be the white guy behind a desk, and like it's a good bit. It's a really good show.
Max Mech with the $5 donate late to the party. I'm gonna see Black Panther with my girlfriend. Gosh, this week. Should my expectations be high or what?
No, you should.
Oh, look at this guy with the girlfriend. Yeah.
Hey everybody, this guy's got a girlfriend,
Pass that
and he's
bait.
got money to throw at a YouTube show. He's living the life.
I would say, having not seen it myself, just go in with tempered expectations.
I think you can
Don't go in expecting the best movie of all time. You're probably going to be disappointed.
Never.
I think as long as you think that you were in for a good time with a damn good superhero movie, you will be fine. It's like you can't like compare it to. I mean, the one that always stands out as far as complete opposite of the spectrum as far as superhero movies go is Logan. You can't compare it to like something like Logan, which is essentially a drama, like a really well-made drama or something like that. This is a popcorn flick. It's a fun superhero movie, and it does everything right with that. So it's I'd say that you can have high expectations, and it'll probably hit the mark for you. I did. I was excited to see it.
If you like Marvel movies, you'll like this probably.
Please Gamers ZL, $20.
Oh, nice.
Just woke up, caught stream, literally fell asleep after the first song, Elliot. That was such an out of nowhere stream last night. Keep up the good work. What'd you do?
I just I was recording some music all weekend. That's why I was so busy. And, just did a secret like middle of the night stream of some rough tracks.
Cool.
Nice.
And then promptly deleted the stream afterwards.
That's it. One and
You
done.
had to be there.
Yeah. The other big weird story from movies over this weekend was that Arnold Schwarzenegger is joining the Kung
Fury,
sequel.
along with Michael
Oh,
Fassbender.
no.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
To see that movie with a budget would be great because I mean the first one was fine, but it is very like low budget.
Sure.
See what you can do with After Effects and stuff like that. But,
It's amazing what they were able to do with it.
yeah.
Is this one supposed to be? Sorry, because I heard about the Fassbender thing last week too. Is this supposed to just be like another coming to Netflix, like watch it late at night thing, or is this like coming to theaters and shit?
I don't
I would
know.
assume it'd
like-
come to theaters. They did. I mean, not in a big way, but they did screenings around LA.
Oh, of the first one?
Yeah,
I didn't
so
even
I would
know
assume
that.
if you're getting someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger attached to
Yeah, I
it,
would think
it's
so.
gonna come to.
And Fassbender. I mean, that's two.
Yeah.
But I mean, good. Well, again, this is a 2014 conversation, whatever. But like, the dude who's in it is the one who did it, and it's like that type of crazy shit is when you talk about Black Panther like having a vision and taking it all the way. This is something that was in this guy's head, I'm sure, or him and his team, and we're like, we're gonna drill down to the nth degree and make exactly what we want. And
well, there's something to be said. Sorry, I know we talked about this already, but like, there's something to be said for that in this day where like every person that has a cell phone is potentially a videographer or a filmmaker or whatever. Like, people can make their own shit now. They don't need you to do it. And so like, you know, this whole idea of like the studio has control and like gotta wrangle them in and like, no, you make our movie. Like that works sometimes, and some people can make that work, but more often than not, it misses. And like you were saying, the results that you want in terms of, I'm a studio, I want a successful movie that turns on old people, young people, whatever.
Turns them on.
Turns
America,
them on,
baby.
revs them up,
national
cars,
anthem
sex,
turns
rock
them
and
on.
roll. Like,
I can't wait to see the first movie that incorporates Fergie's national anthem into the soundtrack.
Yeah, that
the
turns
next
on
Cool
everyone,
World.
I think. Yeah. But the only way to do it is to just let people go do their thing.
Yeah.
I think there should be a 9/11 movie starring The Rock, and then that's. I feel how long before there's a 9/11 movie with The Rock?
Well,
Like
they already
we're kind
had
of
one with
retcons it.
Charlie Sheen, so
Yeah.
they had one with Charlie Sheen trapped in an
There's
elevator.
another one with Nick Cage.
Yeah.
So
I know they did some serious, but I think we're due. He's the man we need. We've seen him. We're gonna see him with Monsters. We've seen him in San Andreas. I mean, he's built for this.
Why not just get Steve Buscemi, the man who really saved people on
today I learned that Steve Buscemi is a volunteer firefighter. It was actually there at 9/11. Today I learned this.
Today I learned. Wes H, $50.
Oh!
Executive producer status. Here, have a drink on me. Also, do you have any new designs coming to the ETC shop anytime soon? We did the I fucking hate science one recently.
Yeah.
We want to do more. It's one of the things we're looking into this year. It's just we have to go to artists, come up with ideas, go to artists, review art, get it all
Yeah.
approved,
It's a
get it
janky
legally
process.
approved. It's a huge process, but we do want to do more. So it turns out that the Kung Fury thing is just a feature film based off of the short film.
Okay.
So they're taking that thing and turning it into a major feature film,
All right.
which is strange. Anyways, the official
Might be
synopsis,
missing the
if you haven't seen Kung Fury, you should go watch it. 'Cause
It's on YouTube.
available.
It's
Yeah.
on Netflix. It's free.
It's 1985, the best year ever. Miami is kept safe under the watchful eye of Kung Fury, the greatest damn cop of all time. Kung Fury's Thunder Cops are the ultimate police force assembled from across history to defeat the villainous Kung Führer, Adolf Hitler. After the tragic death of a Thunder Cop causes the group to disband, a mysterious villain emerges from the shadows to aid in the Führer's quest to attain the ultimate weapon. Kung Fury must travel space and time itself to save his friends, defend the prestigious Miami Kung Fu Academy, and defeat evil once and for all.
Of course.
That is longer than the original Kung
I
Fury.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, the original is 45 minutes. So.
Yeah. Let's see here. To go back to last week's little Q&A thing we gathered questions for.
Oh,
Uh,
couple cues to
yeah.
A.
Jeremy Sazal, at Jeremy Sazal, what's the worst thing you did as kids that you ended up getting away with? And I guess you wouldn't be getting away with it if you told everyone now, but maybe something not criminal.
I'm telling you.
Elliot would never snitch on himself.
Started a lot of fires.
In California?
Yeah. I mean, it was wetter back then. Wasn't
I
quite
miss the
today.
90s. It was a real wet decade.
It used
Wet
to,
time.
it
God.
like
Dewey.
it legitimately rained a lot more when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
it's like the weirdest thing is like
I started a lot of fires. I didn't think it'd go
personally
straight to
knowing
that.
like climate change is real, at least to a certain degree. Like just because it rained a lot more when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I vividly remember there being
It was
more rain.
86 degrees in Florida this weekend. It was insane. I was just like,
God.
it's February 17th. What is this is bad. Did you do anything fucked up?
I just want to say, I picture there's a cop who's been trying to.
Who's starting all these fires?
A triceracop.
Who's trying?
Finally, yeah, he breaks
Yes.
back open the file.
He's staring. Always has you streaming, and there's just Elliot's picture with all this red yarn, and he's like,
I'll never
"My,
crack
my, Elliot, I think we have fun."
He's been watching the show for
Like, yeah.
years,
and
waiting for me to
finally
slip
he's
up.
gonna get you.
Oh God.
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
I didn't. It was just small fires.
Just small fun.
Amateur
And
fires.
he looks in the camera and smiles.
It was just they were
Insignificant.
the
fires.
fires were very small.
Me and my friends, we would skateboard and hang out, and the cops would always have to chase us away. And there'd be times when like stupid shit were like, there's those things where like the real estate listings or the free newspapers. When my friend came back, he's like, hey, and let's jam these in that air conditioner, because one of the stores that we skated behind had a big. So we were just jamming them in, and the fan was like. And I'm just going like making juice newspaper, and I just hear like whoop, and I just turn around, there's a cop. He's like, you gonna clean all that up?
Oh, God.
And I was like, yup. He's like, do I have to stay here? I'm like, nope. And he pulled away, and I just got on my board and left. So there's, it was dumb bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Like when you're 15 and you've no consequences, and I could
Yeah.
be breaking a $5,000 air conditioner. But I feel like I'm not ratting myself because a cop caught me doing this. So
Boys will be boys.
Yeah, that's what he was saying in his mind. He's like, hey, I'll give him a little scare. And that's all he needs. Just a little scare.
And then
Alex
we started
Kadama,
a lot of little fires.
Alex Kadama, $5. Yo, first time catching you guys live, and that's pay tribute for the great work. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you to all the super chats today. I think the one thing I can think of that I got away with, I guess, was one of the first times after I turned 16, driving for the first time. Like, obviously, you just want to go as fast as possible.
Oh, yeah.
I was going like maxed on my old shitty car. Maxed out at like 105 on the highway.
Yeah, I did that a lot when I
And
first got a car.
coming the opposite direction was a police officer in the other fast lane.
Ooh.
And I know that he was turning around for me because I was one of the only cars on the highway. Coming the opposite direction, I looked in my rear view and I'm like, fuck. It was pretty far back, but I saw him cut through the median of the highway and turn around. And I made a choice to not slow down.
Wow.
And got off on an exit that was, it was like a highway was coming up where it looped back over the high or something like that. Got off the exit, got off the highway, took the first exit off and just like parked in like a Walmart or a fast food thing and just got out and walked inside and sat inside for like 30 minutes waiting for the cop to show up.
You
and,
were in a
like,
police chase.
I was in a police chase that ended fine.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
For you, that
But
cop lost his
I
job.
could have not even known. It could have been, every time you don't catch someone, you lose your job.
He got
It could have been
fired.
not for me. He probably just wanted to make a U-turn.
There you go.
Because if a cop wanted to
Tell
catch me,
yourself that
I
while
was
you're
not
on.
in a fast car.
Hey, looks like that guy wants to race.
I'll
Hey,
catch-
where are you going? I thought we were
God.
going to race.
I need friends.
Oh, man.
Cooper, what illegal activities have you done?
Oh, God. All right, the one that I'm thinking of now, I was about 16 or 17, and yeah, me and my friends were just very excited to be able to drive and, drink cheap beer illegally and get away with shit every weekend. And we, on the outside of town, there were all these kind of like shitty houses, almost kind of like trailer parky houses.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that we would drive past on this dirt road, and we called him old dirty bastard. Like to ourselves, not to his face. But we would always drive by there real fast and yell stuff, and he would yell back at us like angry, And this one time at night, we went and threw a bunch of canned goods at his house, and it hit the house and the door.
Wow,
We
you're
drove off.
evil.
It was awful. It was awful. Just I don't know. He might be a good person.
Yeah, we
but
used
I
to
feel
smash
bad about it.
mailboxes. I mean, it's fine.
He's like
I
cream
never did
corn.
that.
Oh, I remember one that the one that
Cranberry sauce.
we got caught, but we got let go because we hadn't even committed a crime, really. I mean, we did, but we didn't. But we went when I was like 16 or 17. Like we were, when you get to like later in high school, you're hanging out with people who are old enough to buy things like cigarettes and pornography.
Sure.
And so we went to the pornography store to buy some pornography. And so we're sitting in the back of the car and we're like giving them money, like, hey, buy us some porn.
Oh,
To our
God.
friends. We're like, all right, yeah, because they were all excited because they were finally able to buy porn. We're like, cool, we're going to buy some porno. 'Cause this is back before the internet where you
Yeah.
can log
By the
on
way,
and
the
see whatever.
boxes
yeah.
are this big.
Yeah, the VHS boxes are huge. So we buy the pornography, and we're leaving, and we're going down the street, and cop pulls over the car, and we're freaking out.
What do you guys got there?
We're freaking out, right? Because this cop pulls over, and we're like, oh God, we're 17. We can't be buying porno magazines. So
Can you possess them, though?
we start shoving the porn under the seats of the car, and the cop like sees what's happening behind it, and he goes, "All right, boys, everybody out of the car." And he's like, "So what were you hiding? What were you hiding down there?" And we were like, "Nothing." And he's like, "I saw you putting something, trying to attempt to hide something under the car." And we were like, "No." And he's like, "Just be honest with me. Things are gonna go a lot easier if you're honest with me."
God.
We're like, "All right." So we go and we pull out just stacks of VHS and porn magazines, and he goes, "Is that all?"
Oh, God.
And we were like, "Yeah." And he goes, I thought you guys were cramming drugs under the seat or something like that. He's
God.
like,
Yeah.
you guys get out of here.
Oh god.
Have a good time,
And
Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys.
Oh, that's-
He was so.
You guys rub one out for me.
The cop thought it was so funny that we were frantically trying to
Yeah.
hide porno, and he thought it was drugs. He thought we were
Yeah.
like cramming
Yeah.
weed under the car.
Naturally.
He's like, I'm gonna have to bring the dogs out here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do paperwork and do all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
arrests,
Porn sniffing
Porno,
dog.
yeah,
It's
fine.
just, I
Porno,
remember like
Jesus.
vividly him being going like, is that all? The best thing now, looking back, if you want to hide marijuana
Yeah.
in a state where it's not legal, you put it under a bunch of pornography,
Yeah.
and then
Allegedly.
then you act as if you're embarrassed by the porn. You're like, officer, sorry,
Right.
I'm just really into big asses.
Yeah, I think the officer would think something's up. He's like, "Why are you still into print and DVD porn? Like,
the only way I
do you
can
not
get
have the internet? Are
You
you
smell the
okay?"
ink.
Yeah,
I need analog, goddamn it.
yeah.
That's it.
I like it. I watch it for for the plot.
I'm a prepper, and once the
internet
EMP
goes down.
hits, there's not going to be any internet porn. So I keep a lot of analog porn in a safe,
Yeah.
along with seeds
Yeah,
and
fresh
ammunition
water, ammunition. Yeah, it's all down there in the bunker.
and several gold bars.
Yeah, and I print out my crypto wallet and hide it there too.
Yeah.
David Pena, subs going back up. Love you guys.
I
Well,
don't
we'll see
think
about
so.
that. $5. Thank you very much for that. Hickmat Zandy, $5. Nothing but respect from my Ricky and Elliot. He stands for us. I like to watch ducks. $2. Hey guys, love the show. Hello from South Africa. Hello to you.
Africa.
Let's see here. And then another big one just came in. $50. Or no, please, gamer, $20. Oh, boys will be boys. I'll drink to that. And the cop hands you a beer to drink.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, boys.
Wink.
When you're jacking
Mind
off
if
to
I
that porn.
Take one of these magazines here, and you're like, I guess.
Yeah.
Mind if I sample the goods?
Hey, come to find out, porn, not flammable. It was the only thing that survived that fire out at the parking lot.
Oh God, that.
Oh.
Specifically transvestite porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that right there is the type of thing when you're like delete my history, whatever like trope that you say, the fear that you have is Eva Garage with
Full
your
of
porn
porn,
in it,
yeah.
and everything is charcoal black except a stack of dense
Yeah.
paper filled with filth.
Yeah, but that was the
Facing
thing.
the street,
That's
and
the-
people were walking by just like on their phones.
Speaking of getting away with it, that guy that
Parading.
owned the house was probably like, oh man, she finally asked to go through
Parading
the
by.
garage for something.
Uh,
Flick a match, burn it to the ground. Don't want her to find my transvestite porn.
oh god.
Well,
We
too
should put
bad.
a poll up. What would you rather happen? Be in the Olympics and the entire world sees your dong or a boob fall out, or have your house burned down and all that's left is your porn? You just
do you
that
wanna
in the
keep
chat.
this?
Think you're on the ice and your dong's out, or do you want everybody to see your porno?
I gotta take this in
tough.
for evidence.
That's a classic Phil poll.
Classic
actually.
Phil. Would you rather? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? It's Monday.
$50.
And then a huge $50 executive producer donation. Top chat. Late to the party, I'm going to see Black Panther with my fake Japanese girlfriend this week. Should my expectations be high or what? Also, what the hell? Went to Home Depot this weekend and couldn't find the big dick toilet for my horse.
You can say it's for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
big
already
dick
admitted the
toilets-
fake Japanese girlfriend. What are you worried about the toilet
Big dick
for?
toilets are very rare currently.
Yeah.
Very hot limited edition item.
Well, you don't open enough loot boxes.
You gotta go
you
to
gotta
the,
get in there.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but you get down to the Big and Tall store where they sell the suits for big and tall people. That's where you find the big dick toilet.
yeah.
It's a little side gig that
I
they
do know this. Thank you.
A lot of people don't know, but I do. And
One simple hack to make your own big dick toilet at home is to get one of those high chairs for little kids, and then just drill a hole in it and put that on your toilet seat. You'll now be high enough that your big monster dick won't touch the water.
You get pulled over on the way home. He's like, "What's that?" He's like, "You got a kid?" You go, "No, I got a big dick."
got a
You guys
big
like, Get out of here. He's
Get
like, "I
the
don't
hell
want to
outta
know.
Oh, men will be men.
This is not a good. This doesn't add up."
hey, where'd you pick
Elliot.
that up? The Big and Tall store?
Sir, did you start several small fires when you were younger?
Well.
In Dewey, California in the mid-90s?
Hey, we all gotta look out for each other, right? All of us big dick men. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the super chats again. Daniel Yankee, another 5 pounds. My house burns down, and the porn is all that remains. At least I don't have to buy new porn. I mean,
That's a
Half full.
pragmatic.
That's
That is
what-
a.
Yeah.
that's like Elliot's plan when the world burns down.
Prepper porn.
Yeah, prepper porn. Doomsday porn prep.
Yeah.
So I have 14 days worth of food and 300 years worth of porn
Yeah.
in my bunker.
I feel like I didn't ration properly.
Yeah. Well,
What does that affect when porn doesn't work anymore? It just you need new.
desensitized. Have you been desensitized
Yeah,
to it?
No, but just it's just like. Anyway, I'll talk to that guy whose house burned down. I'll see what it's like.
Yeah, we'll
you'll see
figure
what
that
it's
out.
all.
We'll workshop
Big
that.
Chap 53 is. It's in my will for one of my friends to delete my browser history and hide my stash.
Yeah. You
That's
need.
yeah. You gotta think.
You
gotta
need
plan
like
ahead.
everyone needs a dead man switch for their computer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's like it should be like they need there ought to be a law. There ought to be a law where when someone dies, anything electronic that they own gets put into one of those giant shredders that they put like dead cows into.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
God.
like the two.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Smash the computer into a cube.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Elon Musk starts a porn destruction agency. He shoots your porn into the sun.
Yeah.
And then then the evil, whoever the evil person like that, goes out there and intercepts all the porn and then ransoms your family. and
Yeah.
says,
No,
"I'm
the
gonna
Russians are up
broadcast
there.
this."
They got the Sputnik satellite catching all the porn.
I mean,
Porn
look,
catcher.
I'm a businessman. This is
Compliment.
how I think.
I've actually, like, for a lesser extent, I've actually thought that in this business might exist, but there needs to be a business for literally destroying your old tech stuff. Because I just have a drawer full of phones.
No, that exists
Yeah.
like in every other country but America. For some reason, 'cause I've tried looking. I also have a box full of old electronics, and like even in LA, a city you would assume has a e-waste recycling program. The whole program is so fucking horribly underfunded that the way it works is like once a week in a different part of the city, they just bring a fucking giant truck through for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And so you have to like.
I still wouldn't trust
Schedule
it.
it.
I wouldn't trust, like, throwing the stuff on there. Like,
Yeah.
I've gone through and, like, factory reset and stuff like that, but it's still, like,
The hard drives, you just put holes in it.
yeah, you just drill through it. But,
Yeah.
like, in my conspiracy brain, I always, you watch CSI and it's like, well, I can still get something off that.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah. Wow.
Diana Co, $10. Finally caught you guys during a live stream. Caught you streaming. I'm usually at work, but not this week. Here's what I can spare. Here's to hoping y'all reach 1 million subs.
Hey, we hope to. If you're watching right now, tell your friends. We actually had a great story recently where someone that was working at
Yeah.
working at like a restaurant or something like that. Someone referenced something from the show. And they're like,
Little Ace of Butterfield.
Little Ace of Butterfield. Like, you watch ETC? I was like, yeah. I didn't even know.
It was like
So
the secret society.
Yeah.
you probably have friends that would like watching this show, so you should
Probably.
tell them about it and get them to
Stop being ashamed of watching this show.
go out, get some friends,
Get some friends.
then tell them about it, and then you guys can
Step 1, have friends.
go to the porn store.
If you get pulled over and you and your friends are watching ETC in the car,
Yeah.
don't shove them under
The cop immediately
Yeah,
arrests you.
he's like, it's not.
What do you got there? Oh, it's just show ETC.
You tugs boys, get out of the car.
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Anyways, thank you very, very much for all of the insane super chats
Crazy.
today. What
Yeah.
a day.
But the biggest super chat of all comes to us from Google Cloud Platform.
Yeah.
What?
And Sauron.
And Sauron,
But
yeah.
we like Google too. Thank you, Google, for sponsoring the show.
What can your data tell you? With Google Cloud Platform, use machine learning at scale to build better products. It predicts so your business can thrive. Click on the link in the description now to learn more about Google Cloud Platform. It's hard to say. Or visit g.co/getcloudai.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We're about to film Tugs. So Tugs will be up later on the ETC Party Time channel. If you go to the ETC channel, you'll see it over on the sidebar there. If you're not subscribed to that, go do that. Tugs will be up later. It's about the downfall of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What a fun story to write. And then we'll see you later this week for some tech news day, some weekly weird news. The return. We got to make people want it. The return of News Dump.
Yeah.
Oh,
And maybe a few
I'm
others.
only going to do the show if people want it.
the new news dump.
Make sure to subscribe to this channel and our Twitch channels, twitch.tv/etc_show. Also, me and Elliot have Twitch channels. You can find them just by searching our name in Twitch. What do you guys want to promote?
If you go to facebook.com
Nobody goes to Facebook.
Gangfire Show, I know we're off YouTube. We're over there. We have a new series, a new sci-fi comedy.
Oh, is
thing.
that up?
It's up.
What?
It took a
Oh,
long
wow.
time. It's a 5-episode arc.
Yeah, it's good.
I wouldn't. I'd say it's in the vein of a Rick and Morty type thing.
Yeah.
It's not as good as that because we're not awesome, but
Your
Well,
IQ only
the
has to be
IQ
like
is very
100.
low.
it's humor and sci-fi And Cooper's in it. Cooper's the best part of it. There's some great effects. Jerome ASF's in it. We wanted these guys in it, but they were too busy.
We're always just too busy.
Too busy.
We left Phil and Nick at the home that we both have, and we went out for cigarettes and never came back. We went out for pornography and never came back because a cop intercepted us.
They got clipped.
Cooper, what do you want to promote?
Same thing, and then also facebook.com/actionfigurecomics. It's our comic book and superhero channel. Check it out, see if you like it.
Yeah, comic books, stuff. It's great.
We're both on Twitter, too. No Facebook for us. Too toxic over there.
It's
just a bad UI. I can never find anything.
Have you tried? There's a search bar.
Don't cuck the Zuck, buddy.
No one cucks the Zuck.
Yeah, he's going to get you on his VPN. All right, thank you very much. Oh, Big Chop, $2. My wife is more ashamed that I watch ETC than porn. Good thing to end it on. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
Put that on the movie poster.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon.
You guys have a great week. Really great.